Coming up on Mountain News this morning at 6, Perry County's 4th of July celebration is packed with contests, food, and fireworks. We hear from officials about the festivities and keeping people cool. And a historic $200 million investment is coming to Perry County. We'll show you how a new solar project is bringing hundreds of jobs to the mountains.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, WYMT Mountain News This Morning starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good morning. Welcome to WYMT Mountain News This Morning. I'm McKinley Calandrino. The time is now 6 a.m. Let's check in with meteorologist Ashton Stanley for a look at your forecast this morning. Ashton, as I was driving into work this morning, I know we've been talking about it all week, but super foggy conditions, and I saw a few deer, so I think people heading out the door, look out for deer as there's also fog. Pretty dangerous combination.
Yeah, it is not a good combination. You definitely want to be taking it slow on the roads pretty much every morning this week. Until this humidity goes away, that's when you're going to want to drive at a normal speed is probably the best way. We are having some visibility issues really across the eastern portion of our area. Down near Williamsburg, kind of reaching towards Pulaski County, and then really across the entire southeast portion of our area, over the Virginia and especially into West Virginia, where Logan County, Mingo County, Pike County, very much seeing some of the most amount of fog in the area. Also Hazard is kind of bullseyeing as well. It's not an ideal morning, but you know, you have to roll with the punches. And when it's this humid and when it's this hot, it's something you definitely have to roll the punches about. This is what it looks like out in Hazard right now. This is from our WYMT studio. Gray, you're not seeing much, so you want to be careful as you go about your day. I'm going to be having more for you coming up soon.
All right, thank you, Ashton. Governor Andy Beshear visited several counties yesterday after devastating flooding killed 4 people over the weekend. The governor says he's working hard to get money from the federal government and says this is the 16th weather disaster we've seen since he's been governor. Flood survivors can now report losses and damage on Kentucky's emergency management page or online at kym.gov. Leaders in Jackson County are asking for help covering the cost of flood damages. Emergency management crews say the county saw 6 inches of rain in just 3 hours on Saturday. Now 5 people are displaced and around 70 have reached out for help. Rebuilding help from FEMA hasn't reached the county yet, but they have been getting help from the Red Cross and Kentucky Emergency Management. Brian Murray with the People Rural Telephone Cooperative says many people may not fit the requirements for state or federal help. That's why they've started a GoFundMe to help fill the gaps.
It's a very fluid situation to where supply needs are changing weekly, often daily. So what is needed today is going to be different from what's needed tomorrow and what was needed yesterday.
Murray says they set up 2 bank accounts at Jackson County Bank and Citizens Bank where people can donate directly to the flood fund. We also have a link to that GoFundMe in the WYMT News app. WYMT and WKYT are teaming up with the American Red Cross to help raise money for disaster relief after the devastating flooding. The Red Cross says donations will go directly to support disaster relief efforts here in Kentucky, helping provide families with emergency supplies, shelter, and support as they start to recover.
Any amount helps, whether it's big or small, it doesn't matter. Whatever you have in your heart that you want to give to help those that have been affected by the floods, we are happy to help.
You can help by making a gift to the American Red Cross at redcross.org or by texting Red Cross to 90999. The city of Hazard is getting ready for a fun-filled 4th of July weekend. However, officials say they are also preparing for the heat. Some of Hazard's celebrations include community contest, the traditional fish fry, a freedom float on the North Fork of the Kentucky River, and more. It concludes Saturday night with live music and a big fireworks show. While everyone is encouraged to come out and celebrate Independence Day, officials say you should enjoy it safely.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. There's a lot of things going on. The weather is beautiful. It's a little hot, but still, you know, we want to come out and just celebrate America 250 and celebrate all the things that we got going on in our community.
City and county leaders are urging folks to stay hydrated, take breaks, and check on kids, older adults, and even your pets. The city says it will have ways to help people cool down during festivities, including fans, water, and sprinklers downtown. For a full list of events, you can find this story on our website and the WYMT News app. And with America's 250th birthday approaching, folks are being urged to celebrate responsibly. Many Americans shoot off fireworks every year around the 4th. However, injuries have become all too common despite being easily avoidable. Sometimes the most overlooked safety step is the simplest.
I think one of the most important things you can do when you're using fireworks is just look at the directions. It's simple. They tell you exactly how to do it, and these directions are the safest way possible to use a firework. So I think that's one thing that people look over the most when it comes to using fireworks.
Those wanting to celebrate with fireworks are urged to buy safe and legal products at a local retail stand inside their city limits. Magoffin County now has a long-term provider for emergency ambulance service. AmeriPro Health has been awarded a 5-year contract after providing interim 911 coverage for several months. The agreement, approved unanimously by the fiscal court and effective in June, includes 2 fully staffed 24-hour advanced life support ambulances and a 12-person team of local EMTs and paramedics. County leaders say the move will help stabilize 911 response and strengthen emergency care access. The Kentucky General Assembly passed a new bill updating the state's Medicaid program to match new federal law. House Bill 2 makes it so some adults enrolled in Medicaid will have to meet community engagement requirements to maintain their coverage. That means you'll have to show you're working, going to school, or eligible for an exemption instead. Several groups are exempt, like pregnant women, those with disabilities, or have a child under the age of 14. Dustin Pugel with the Kentucky Cabinet or the Kentucky Center for Economic Policy says you need to stay up to date with all these changes and how they can impact you.
A lot of what is going to happen over the next 6 months is getting ready for this reporting process, and the more you can read and respond to what the Department for Medicaid Services is sharing out, the better prepared you will be to, report work or report exemptions.
Lawmakers settled the Medicaid copay amount for medical services to $5 and $1 for prescriptions. The work reporting requirement will not go into place until January, and the copay changes won't until October of 2028. New details about Kentucky's senior senator after he was recently hospitalized. According to reports from Punchbowl News, Senator Mitch McConnell was found unconscious at his home in Washington, D.C. last month before he was taken to the hospital. The Lexington Herald Leader says the dispatch audio has not been independently verified, and McConnell's office has not responded to requests for comment. The Herald Leader also reports his office has not provided an update on his condition since June 22nd. A historic investment is coming to Perry County, marking a new chapter for energy in eastern Kentucky. Folks in Hazard were downtown on the Grand celebrating the Bright Mountain Solar Project. It's a $200 million private investment, which leaders say could be the largest in the county's history. The 80-megawatt project will be built on former coal land, and it's expected to create more than 200 jobs during construction. Adam Edelin, the CEO of Edelin Renewables, says the goal is to hire locally and provide free training for workers to gain new skills. He says this is an opportunity for a region that powered the country with coal to prosper in a new way.
Making sure that this country that owes coal communities like this one a uniquely American debt have the opportunity to be more than relevant to prosper from a green energy economy is really exciting.
Through a partnership with Edelin Renewables, HCTC will provide free training and an industry credential for OSHA 10. You can visit this story on WYMT.com to see the 3 training dates available. President Trump spent the day fending off new questions over his latest financial disclosures, showing he made $2.2 billion last year. But documents show he made $1.4 billion from crypto ventures as investors lost big with Trump meme coins and tokens launched ahead of the 2024 election plunging in value. This, plus foreign investments, prompted criticism from some congressional Democrats. While the Trump administration has supported easing crypto regulation, a White House spokesperson said there were no conflicts of interest.
Costs are going up for you. Donald Trump is cashing in.
I have many people, I don't know what they call it, closed accounts or something. You put your money in and that's it. I don't talk to.
On Iran, President Trump and international mediators are touting progress as negotiations continue in Doha. U.S. and Iranian negotiators held separate meetings with mediators from Pakistan and Qatar this week. Mediators say the 2 parties will continue discussions after Iran concludes funeral ceremonies for its former supreme leader, which will begin this July 4th. In Rowan County, the sheriff's office is asking for the public's assistance after reports of mailbox being knocked down and damaged in the area. Officials say it's been happening along Holly Fork, Campbell's Branch, and several nearby roads. At least one person reported seeing an older model blue pickup. If you have security cameras, deputies are asking you to review your footage and report any suspicious vehicles. Call the sheriff's office at 606-784-5446 with any information. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. One Eastern Kentucky community steps in to help an elderly woman in need. That's coming up.